Hey, welcome to Third Coast Airsoft's Operation Stonebreaker post-op AAR and Operation Update. Hey, so I got Kraut here with me. I got Coach. I got Voodoo. Big picture here: Western 124,040 points. Eastern 100,192 points. Western took it. I think we all talk about 2016 was the year of the East.
Yeah.
It's too soon to call 2017 the year of the West.
Well, this is the same way 2016 started.
Yeah, true.
And it made a real quick, nasty turn and stayed.
All right, so big picture, positives, negatives for each side. Start with Kraut.
Eastern, you guys had a Russian unit. I nicknamed them the 9th Platoon.
Team Hellfish.
Over by Objective Nicole, totally cut off. Tan had given you no route of escape, and you guys held on tooth and nail.
I think a three-vehicle convoy even tried to break through to him.
Yeah.
Hey, Keith Leary, big shout out to you guys at Hellfish. Hey, make sure you come get your best squad award. I don't know what happened to you guys Sunday morning. I'm sure you guys were probably beat after that epic fight. One thing to improve on.
Comms. You can have all the comms plans you want, but if you don't get there and actually do a comms rehearsal,
when you're walking the AO, long range radio check,
get that, make it effective.
Okay. Coach.
Good thing I saw was a lot of violence of action. If one team would come up and stack up on a corner and get bogged down, they wait for reinforcements and they just do an iron curtain and sweep. And they would push the enemy out. They would realize that, hey, we're going too far, no cover, and they'd push back at the back of the pump house. Eventually, green would come back, and it was a good revolving, awesome door. But I want to say the bad thing on that is there was no real objective there. Some of the guys, both sides, I want to say, needed to be more mission focused and actually go towards where the objectives were. Another good point, talking about that, out there in Melissa, I want to believe the first round, a whole squad was holding down Melissa. They received contact and then didn't start receiving contact through the rest of the round. So they slowly started sending more reinforcements out. But they constantly left at least 2 guys there. And those 2 guys, they had awesome combat patience. And when I asked them, hey, did you guys have fun? They go, anything for the win. So that was extremely mission focused. Just guys, I know there's cool buildings, but sometimes, because if there's an objective there, if there isn't, you need to push forward. So
and before I get to Voodoo, you're bringing a law enforcement perspective, SWAT, so very excited to have you on board as staff. Tell us about what you saw.
First off, I want to say thank you for having me out. It was, for being my first event, it was awesome, awe-inspiring to see that many players in one place at one time. Really, really cool to be a part of it. Loved watching it, loved being there. The night ops were awesome. The Tier 1 missions were a lot of fun. Seeing the guys get amped up and running through those missions was really, really cool. Positives, or negatives, I'm sorry. The negative things, comms, I agree. Comms was that's something that translates universally to both military and law enforcement. If your comms aren't there, then everything else just doesn't fall into place. If you can get your communications open, you can get your lines open, and those are the missions and that are most successful when everyone's communicating and you can talk to each other, and those tend to work out better for you. Positives, man, the sportsmanship was unbelievable, unbelievable. We didn't have to be there, and they were calling it themselves. A lot of fun, a lot of fun.
Very few penalties.
Yes, very few. And me being new to the arena, nothing stuck out to me. That was so bad that I had to raise a flag on it. But it was really fun.
I think you just reminded me. One positive I saw sportsmanship. Green players hit, or Eastern players hit. He's down. Western player's gun goes down. It's the heat of the moment. Eastern player's like, hey man, go ahead and take my pistol. Go ahead, go for it. You're having fun. So you saw an Eastern player make sure that a Western player stayed in the fight. He's bleeding out. He's like, hey man, get into it. Have a good time. Tim was watching on camera. He's really excited. Hey man, you've got to mention this. That's my positive. My improve is players, shooters, realize when you're fixed. Realize when you're being held by your throat and you're not being able to move. It's all about gaps and surfaces. You found a surface, quit beating your head against it. Find a gap, find a way around. Stay mission focused. Head towards objectives. Okay, so upcoming ops. Bulldog 7, 8, 9. Why should players go to Bulldog?
It's on Fort Hood. Real military installation, real mount site. It's the real deal. There's going to be a lot of changes when it comes to the gameplay and having to actually utilize the command to give the orders to put certain things in play. You need to make sure it's where it's supposed to be so the command can get your forces onto those objectives.
So, unit maintenance collection point, a vehicle respawn. These guys are going to have to go and build it, take it forward and build it. Aid stations.
And defend it.
And defend it. Their command post. You're looking at, what else? Mortars. Can't have artillery unless you have your mortars in place. So, guys, get in on Bulldog. We're happy to be taking on that op and putting that op on. Tickets are still available. Get them while you can. I think the cutoff is the 25th of March. So please check out Lion Claws. It's supporting the Marine Corps Reserve Ball Fund. Get out there and support them.
Tier 1s for that one are going to be limited this
that's
time.
right, Coach.
They're going to be a little bit limited, guys. So you're going to want to jump on those so we can start issuing out that Warno. This year we're going to do a little something different for Saturday night for Tier 1. It's going to be the Hunt for Bin Laden. All right, the Warno should be out there. It's going to give you players the ability to, throw on those nods. Take your time. Sneak in, infiltrate. Pull security while another team moves across the road. But, you want to do snatch and grab, but eventually you're going to have to go loud, and it's going to wake up the whole village. That's all I got to say, without dropping any too major foot drops.
Yep.
But expect some cool effects. Not that we're that limited to Fort Hood, but we're going to make it look pretty.
And after that, we got Dragon Rogue 4. Guys, we love Team Airsoft Field in Georgetown, up here in Georgia. Guys, get your tickets for Operation Dragon Rogue 4. It's going to go fast. We're doing a Tier 1 only on Saturday night. But get your tickets for Dragon Rogue.
All new Tier 1, it ain't.
It's not, yep.
Yeah.
And then May, hey guys, a little bit of an upset for you. Player based down in Texas. Hey, we're going to go ahead and cancel Shooting Star. Various reasons. One, AO, and two, registration was a little slow. For the guys that jumped on it, and you guys were early birds, and you got in there and you got your tickets while you could, we got a hell of a deal for you. We'll either refund you or we'll go ahead and float your ticket over to Bulldog. That's a hell of a discount. Big discount. So for the guys that I really wanted to do Shooting Star, or I couldn't afford Bulldog, well, guess what? You got the ticket at a great price. So we'll be sending out emails today on that.
Same thing as well. If you also purchase Tier 1s, everything's going to roll right over, guys.
And then in September, Sirius Viking, Guardian Center. You guys have always asked for it. Hey, go to Guardian Center at Third Coast. Get out there. Well, we're going. So, Sirius Viking, September.
It's serious.
It's serious. Aren't all Vikings serious? Anyways, November, Trench Knife, Camp Shelby. Guys, what's special about Viking and Trench Knife is we're merging the Texas storyline and the East Coast storyline. So K-Force Commandos, K-Force Airborne, you guys are going to come out. They're going to reinforce Eastern Task Force Darby and the SOF. They're coming out. Very specific uniform requirements. We'll put a video out, talk more about that later. But when those tickets open, you want to get in on them quick. Viking, for the guys that know Guardian Center, the ticket price is going to go up a little bit. Understand that the AO is the price, it has to go up in order to afford the AO. So, but don't worry, it's still going to be well below what other guys charge.
We are still promising you the same effect that we always do at all our other
You'll get a good value. Starburst, November as well, coming back to Texas. We're working on a Texas AO. If we can, we'll go back to the rock quarry. If we're also looking at another location, which we can't really announce yet, but once we finalize that, we'll put that out. Closing thoughts. What was the coolest gun you saw on the field?
There's so many. Come back to me.
All right, Coach.
All right. I believe I could. Every time I saw this gun truck engage, I had to always go up to the driver and gunner and tell him, "Hey, outstanding job." To the little portable golf cart looking thing with the dual saws on it.
Gatinator.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Dual saws. All I could think of was like Gears of War on the Trica. Where it says dual saws. Those guys were very, very feared on the battlefield, and You know, they heard a bang or a boom, anything in their vicinity, they immediately called themselves out regardless.
Yeah.
They were extremely all about sportsmanship, and I think I had to tell them that every time. You know, so that's
cool.
mine.
Cool guns. The rocket launchers. The use of the rocket launchers on vehicles was impressive. I saw long distance shots that I never would have thought made it, but holy cow, you guys were pulling some stuff off. Impressive.
So I'll throw you guys for a loop here. The PKMs, the Russian light machine gun. Those guys set themselves up and shut down north-south traffic just east of the reactor building. There was no way that machine gun nest was going to go down. They had both guns set up. They were talking PKMs. They were getting rockets launched at them, tag rounds launched at them. I think it took Voodoo to go over there and hit them with the blank firing pistol, simulating mortar fire.
Someone finally got smart.
Somebody finally said, "Hey, we need to
firearm.
crack that nut." So the team that was running the two PKMs on that ridge line, Eastern, hey, good on you guys. A little softy about a player humping a big machine gun, but when they know how to use it, it's amazing
It's
to watch.
effective.
So, hey, that wraps it up for our ops update. Oh, wait, one more.
What about Overwatch coming up?
Overwatch. Hey, thanks for reminding me of that. Hey, Overwatch 3 coming up in May. Doomsday Airsoft's putting on another one. Bulldog and the guys out there are talking the helicopter's going to be back. So Little Bird runs, get them while you can. And then they're also introducing water ops. So, and they've also found another 300 acres out there connected to Altair's facility. So if you haven't gone, or they sold out tickets before for Overwatch 1 and 2, get your tickets for Overwatch 3. A big shout out to Bulldog and the family that helped us out. From all of us, hey, we'll see you at the next one.